Yeah, why aren't you high on Flag? Flag's a good player. All right, let's go ahead and dive into Chris Paul. Chris Paul, my boy, take it away. How long is this? 7 minutes? So we speed it up? I don't know. But what I just heard was Carolina Teague's voice. So I think she asked the first question. Oh, okay, that's cool. She's asking, I don't know if you guys can hear it because so much noise, but she's basically asking like, hey, the first thing or one of the first things you did in San Antonio in public is support the WNBA. Why is that important? I think he's just a basketball head, right? Like, I don't even know if he saw it that way other than like he just wanted to watch some good basketball, but let's see what he has to say.
Honestly, I don't think it was that thought out or that deep, you know what I mean? Like, I've always supported women's sports. I wanted somewhere to watch the game, and when the team said that we could watch it outside here, I was like, seriously? And so why not invite everybody out here? Because I come by and I look out there and I see people watching movies and games and stuff, so why not watch the WNBA Finals?
Yeah. Did they just cut her mic? Like, what is going on here? I have no idea what the question was. That really bothers me. She said it was some controversy. Hold on, I'll try it one more time.
I come by and I look out there and I see. Yeah, I watched it. It's controversial calls in every game.
Oh, okay.
Every game. Football, basketball, every night. But I guess that's just part of it.
20th opening day, I guess. It's still a big day.
Absolutely. I'm excited. It's a privilege to still get a chance to go out and compete. Great group of guys here, great organization, and you know, it's day one of a long season.
A little trip down memory lane with Tony there?
Absolutely, man.
What do you mean by July? Why are the Spurs' first game so far away compared to everyone else? What do you mean by that? Am I missing something?
Tony has been like family to me for a long time, even before I came into the NBA. So I got to be there when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, and just been a great friend and mentor to me for a long time.
Before the NBA, what was the relationship? How did that come about?
Our Nike reps. A guy named Dale Allen represented Tony and myself.
Are you part of the shoot that Tony, it looks like Tony's taking part in? By chance, are you part of that shoot that he was
Yep.
Yeah. You mind if I ask what the shoot's about?
I think it's just an interview. I don't know, they're going to ask us questions.
You're going to ask him questions or vice versa?
No, I think someone may ask us questions.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Going back to this.
He's like, he was irritated by that. Guys, we got to deal with Chris Paul. We like Chris Paul, okay? We like Chris Paul, all right? We don't dislike Chris Paul anymore, all right? So guys, be on your best behavior. Oh God.
Season, Chris, I think a lot of folks coming in aren't quite sure to make of how good is this team
Yes, Nick.
going to be. Like, they add you, they add Harrison, Vic's in the mix. Obviously, it's still so young. Wondering, a couple of weeks now through training camp, your expectations, if so much there can be some right now for this team.
I think we're in control of that. You know, we got to show up day in and day out. We got to compete. But I think we just got to take it one day at a time. You know, I was telling some of the guys, we could come out and win our first game by a lot. We could come out and lose it by a lot, but it's a long season. You know, you can never get too high, never get too low.
This is the 11th season that the league has had 100 or more international players. Of course, you got Luka, so many guys that are MVP candidates. What was it like when they were first coming up? You know, when that movement first started, were you guys welcoming of those guys, or is it there? Pop always says there's a little skepticism about if they can make it in the league.
It's hard to think back then. I mean, I've been in the league since Tony, Dirk, Manu, Yao. So
I don't know. I don't like that question. I don't like that question. I mean, obviously, like he's saying, there's been so many stars that come through the league that were, foreigners. Like, why? I don't know. Having that type of skepticism, I just think you're dumb. I think you're a dumb person. I don't think Chris Paul is a dumb person, but having like skepticism, like, these foreigners, they're ruining the game, or these foreigners, you guys want to give them praise. I just think you're an idiot when you get to that point. Me personally.
So I don't know why you wouldn't believe. I just think the game continues to grow. And over the years, there's been guys who came over, Carlos Navarro, then go back. Rudy Fernandez, a lot of great players. But I think it's a constant. It's going to continue to be more and more, foreign-born players in the league.
Chris, you've seen a lot of point guards come into the league throughout their career. What do you think? What are your impressions of Stephon Kirksey?
Yeah, I think of all the point guards that I've seen over the years, one of the things that you have to have in common with all of them is a grit, a will. Aside from talent and skill, you got to have some type of chip on your shoulder, and Steph definitely got that. I think that was the first thing that I paid attention to, was that he's not looking for somebody to be his friend or whatnot. He's a hooper, and I respect it.
So anything you've learned about Victor since you've been in the room with him and seen him in the practice gym day in and day out?
Man, I feel like every time I talk about Vic, I just talk about like how intelligent he is, how smart he is, how hard he works, how much it makes sense why he is the way that he is. He's put a lot of work to get here, and he just wants to continue getting better.
And he doesn't take anything for granted. You absolutely love that about Wemby, honestly, because a lot of people can be that size and have that, defensive skill and just kind of lean on that for the rest of their careers. Like him, how he is right now, he could have a successful career all the way through, make millions of dollars, get out, and be comfortable. But that's not good enough. He wants to be the greatest of all time. So he's constantly working.
Clear that you're still a player at the end of the day, even though you're a veteran and you have a lot of experience. A lot of the players and athletes that you've been consistent throughout this season. But who do you go to for mentally?
Guys, I didn't hear a word Carolina said. I didn't hear a word.
That's a great question. It's funny. Guys that are younger than you can mentor you too. I definitely have a strong family and support system that I look to. But I got, different people that I pay attention to. Even just RC, I just seen him walk up, but just seeing how he operates day in and day out, and learning from some of my teammates.
How does your body feel?
I don't know if I said this video or last video. I'm trying my best not to put my bias aside. I think Carolina is knocking it out of the park with some of her questions. I think her questions are far better than some of the other ones that we're hearing.
Man, I feel good. I had a little nick in Miami, but other than that, I feel really good, to tell you the truth. I'm excited.
I assume you know how to manage those little nicks that come up every now and then in the season. Like, are you hoping to play 70 games? Any goals?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Want to try to be as available as possible every night. You know what I mean? So that comes with preparing your body day in and day out, trying to make sure you're ready.
That is a good question. That is a very good question.
Diet, right? You went on that
July. I'm responding to the chat.
a few years back.
A few years back, yeah, 2019. That helped a lot, initially. Just all these years learning different things about my body and what works. So.
those lines, Chris, because the Spurs are so known for managing minutes and kind of prolonging guys' availability, wondering if there's a plan in place. If you and Pop have talked about a plan already set in place in terms of how you're going to be handled in certain ways.
Yeah, if you check my history, I ain't never really been I play. If I'm
Yeah, he's never. I wouldn't say Chris Paul is injury prone or anything. You know.
I try to play. Everyone may have different views on it, but for me, I've had some very unfortunate injuries over my career, and I know one day, probably pretty soon,
But I wouldn't say he's injury prone. I wouldn't say you're injury prone, Chris Paul.
I won't be playing anymore. You know, so every day I get an opportunity to play, I try to take advantage of it.
Good stuff. Nice stuff. Carolina asked a good questions. All right. That was nice, right? Everyone cool with it? I think we're good. I think we're going to end this bad boy. See, people are already talking about, oh, wait. Have you seen the recent Hero Ball episode on Bleacher Report? Yes, I've seen it. It's funny. Somebody asked that earlier in the other stream. Yeah, I've seen it. It's great. All right. Let's end it.